Never in a million years did I think I'd be that person, pouring my heart out online, writing about betrayal, broken trust, and asking strangers how to make sense of it all. But here I am. This is my story. A story I never asked to live through. A story I still can't believe belongs to me. My wife, Sarah, and I were a classic love story. College sweethearts. Each other's first, only, everything. We'd been together for 10 years, married for 8. I truly believed we had something rare, something people envied, a bond unbreakable, a marriage built on loyalty, history, and love. I thought we were the exception, but I was wrong. Everything started changing when Sarah joined a new company. She's naturally shy, so making friends wasn't easy for her. Eventually, she started hanging out with a group of confident, carefree women. Many were single, divorced, or in open relationships. At first, I was happy for her. She needed friends. I encouraged her to go out, to loosen up, to enjoy her new social life. But soon, the late nights started. Booze-filled weekends, parties, drunken selfies, coming home at 2 or 3 in the morning, or not at all. I felt the ground shifting beneath our marriage, and my heart told me something was off. But I didn't want to come across as controlling or jealous. Then came the emotional distance. Intimacy between us, which was already rare, became practically non-existent. She seemed detached, tired, distracted, uninterested. When I asked what was going on, she brushed me off. And then came Mark, a new manager at her company. Sarah praised him constantly, how smart he was, how he handled pressure, how confident and real he seemed. At first, I didn't think much of it, but over time, the admiration turned obsessive. I asked her point blank if there was something going on. She laughed it off, said I was being paranoid. Then one night, she asked a question I'll never forget. Do you ever regret not sleeping around more before we got married? I told her honestly, no. You're all I need. She looked disappointed. It was like she was searching for a permission slip to cheat. And then the real twist came. She suggested we open up our marriage to spice things up. I was stunned. This wasn't her. Or maybe it always had been, and I was just now seeing it. When I asked if this was about Mark, she said no. She just didn't want to live with regrets. She said she still loved me, didn't want to lose me, and that this would make us stronger. Against my better judgment, and because I loved her, I agreed. We set rules. No bringing anyone home. Full honesty. But those rules, they meant nothing to her. Over the next year, she dove headfirst into her new freedom. She dated casually, hooked up randomly, and worst of all, began a full-blown relationship with Mark. Meanwhile, I tried. I dated. I tried one-night stands, but it felt wrong. Like I was betraying something sacred. My heart wasn't wired for this. I still loved her. She'd occasionally ask if I was okay, if I was having fun, but she never once slowed down, never once considered what it was doing to me. Slowly, painfully, our marriage turned into a one-sided emotional battlefield. And then came Hannah. She was from South Korea, warm, funny, and kind. Our conversations felt effortless. Her smile could cut through even my worst days. She made me feel wanted again, like I mattered, like someone saw me. For the first time in years, I felt human. When Sarah found out, she smiled and said she was happy for me, but I could see it in her eyes. That wasn't joy. That was fear, jealousy, regret. Suddenly, she began trying, dropping off lunch at my job, initiating intimacy, cleaning the apartment, leaving me love notes. It was too late. One night, I asked her why the sudden change. She said, "I want to prove to you that I still love you." I laughed. I couldn't help it. I asked her about Mark, about the parties, about the one-night stands. She had no answers, just tears. The very next morning, she said she wanted to shut down the open marriage, called it the biggest mistake of her life. She'd ended things with Mark, cut off her friends, quit her job. She begged for another chance, but I was already gone. Emotionally, spiritually, mentally, I'd checked out. Not because of revenge, not because of Hannah, but because what we once had, what I cherished, was already dead. We tried couples therapy. She wept, confessed everything, said she was manipulated by her friends, pressured by Mark, lied to by people who told her she needed more experience. She begged for forgiveness, saying I was the only real love she'd ever had. Then came the real blow. She admitted that before we even opened the marriage, she and Mark had done things, touched each other, crossed boundaries. That betrayal stung worse than any confession before. She said she had never stopped loving me. But love, real love, doesn't hide in shadows and lie to your face. Meanwhile, Hannah continued being a light in my life. Everything Sarah had neglected, Hannah nurtured. I felt alive with her. Eventually, I told Sarah that I was ending marriage counseling, that I'd spoken to a divorce attorney. I wasn't interested in starting over. I needed to start fresh without her. She lost it, screamed, asked what Hannah had that she didn't. I said, "If you can't see that now, then this really is over."